Do you overall like it better than before the update or worse?
Okay, so since I play Fanny, I think it's actually easier after the update for
Yeah.
Fanny because literally when you invade now, if they were to invade your Fanny, unless like someone with like Esmeralda or something stupid with Retribution come, literally you just have to focus that person. Just kill that one person with Retribution and they can't take your buff. So I've been invaded way less. So my Fanny win rate on my Smurf is like 72%.
Okay.
And that's because 30% of the time I get invaded like crazy.
All right.
And I
So
was
how
just
do you
getting
stop people from invading?
I,
Because Project Next didn't really change the map. Like how do you stop people from invading your jungle then if you're playing Fanny?
before the game start, I pray to God and I spam, help me buff, help me buff, help me buff. They're gonna invade me. Oh my gosh, please, I'm begging you, help me buff, help me buff. And like the fighter or like a tank will feel bad for me and they'll come and help me.
So basically, you're saying you have to be like religious, like in order to.
You have to beg, bro. It's a higher power that's gonna help you get that buff.
Okay. You have to beg. All right.
You have to beg, like especially since I play solo.
Should we
queue
change to
Fanny,
this
you know?
episode of how to be a simp? Like
No, how to be a Christian. You gotta start begging like crazy.
playing Mobile
Pray to
Legends.
the Lord.
How Mobile Legends make you
Yeah.
religious? Is that
Dude, it's so hard.
Just imagine making a video about it. How make?
No, it's so true. You don't even know. Today I had a game where my team was feeding like crazy,
Yeah.
right? So I had a Mia with Retribution, and she went to get her buff first, and they ganked her, and she got killed, and they got the red buff, and I went in there, I got a kill, but that game, oh my gosh, it was a donation game, and I was so sad. So I got so lucky, and ended up winning, but that's only because the whole time, and this is why if you're not a Fanny player and you're playing against a Fanny, invade their buff. Like even though I hate it when people invade my buff. I hate it when people invade my buff. If you don't do it, you're gonna lose. Like if they're a good Fanny, as long as they get through, you're gonna lose.
You know what? I'm gonna write it down. I think it's a good idea. How Mobile Legends make me spiritual. How Mobile Legends help me find a
is.
way to God.
Today after that game, someone on stream was like, "Hey, Tinker, how do you play Fanny so good? You have to make some sacrifices, bro. Sacrifice a kid before my
Yeah.
stream, and then I'll get good Fanny games. Otherwise, you're gonna get invaded. It's so sad when you get invaded."
Okay, but real talk.
It-
If you have, so what's the best team comp that you ever experienced that you didn't get invaded? Like how do you want? Let's say you're playing jungle, right? Like okay, because you're starting jungle more like a 1-through-1, the old 1-through-1 to be honest. Even though I play with BDK and then play with Team AE, and they were like, we're doing the new jungle strategy, but no, they're not really. They're doing the old 1-through-1. You know, it's just instead of buying jungle right away, their hybrid doesn't buy jungle right away. They go mid, take a wave, and then go jungle. So it's the same thing. He still come back, take wave, and take red and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's exactly what BDK does. So for you, do you do the same thing, or do you go straight to jungle?
No. So it's really hard to do that when you're playing solo queue, or even if you're just playing
Yeah.
trio. Unless you're playing 5-man, then you could, like when we're playing 5-man, we could do weird strategies like that. We could do really stupid strategies. But when you're playing solo queue, you cannot do that. You go mid, your mage will try to take your buff. You have to go straight to your buff, especially when I'm playing Fanny. Now when I'm playing Fanny, I don't like taking a red. I want to take buff and go top, because then there's people and I could clear the way and get a couple kills. Because early game Fanny is pretty
Yeah.
strong. And do you know how back in the days Kufra would counter Fanny, right?
Yeah.
Kufra does not counter Fanny
What do you mean?
anymore. Kufra does
Why do you
nothing.
say that? That's
So
kind of outrageous. What?
No, 100% Kufra does
Okay,
not
stand
counter
behind
Fanny.
your statement.
Before
What
I-
do you mean by that?
Okay, actually, let me find the game. So basically, what happened with Kufra is before, when Fanny cables at Kufra, it'll knock him up right in front of Kufra, so she can't even go through
Yeah.
him, right? So she doesn't get any cable, she doesn't hit, it'll knock him up. But nowadays, when Fanny cables out of Kufra, it knocks him up, but it knocks him up in place, and she still does damage. She still does her spin. So it's like she's trapped. She can't
It's
move in
basically
this
a very
area.
close wall.
She-
That's what you're saying.
Yep. So when I'm against a Kufra, I can actually record it. I can send to show to stream.
Yeah, go ahead. Send me the clip. Okay, so I know what exactly
Go
you're talking about because I experienced it myself. If basically it's similar to Sylvana's ult. If you get trapped by a Sylvana ult and you're playing Fanny, you can actually do the tornado, like you use the skill to infinitely on the edge.
So-
like
So what you want to do when you get trapped by Sylvana is after she traps you, she's gonna have to use her spiral skill to deal damage, right? You get a lot of life steal. You just want to use one cable to go behind her and just stand there. When it's over, then you attack her because her life steal
no,
is too
what
strong.
I'm
at
trying to
that
say
point.
is
She just-
it works exactly the same as Kufa's skill too, where
Yeah.
you get infinite tornadoes.
But I actually honestly I like this more because like Fanny's has enough counter as it is. Like Helker doesn't counter Fanny anymore because she doesn't CC him, so his passive doesn't.
Can you change
stun
your
her.
background?
What counter Fanny?
Look at your face go in and
You
out.
don't like it anymore?
Like I can't look at, I can't see your hair. Your hair, half of your hair, half of Tinker's hair is constantly cut off, and then your face is going in and out. Like I can see Lunak's butt occasionally. I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Do you want to see it all the time?
I mean, it's just weird. Yeah, like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that looks fine.
I got you. Okay, but yeah, no, it's just you just want to go behind him, and you would be able to kill. But I like this better because she's countered by so many.
Okay,
heroes.
so overall, would you go back to the old meta, or would you do you like this more?
Nah, fuck the old meta. I love this new Fanny thing. I love playing Fanny, dude.
Yeah.
And this makes my life so much easier. Because before, freaking mid was like, oh, you don't give me buff, I can't play. But now they're like, ah, shit, I can't even get retribution. No buff for me.
Have you tried Karina jungle?
I actually really want to, and the reason why I don't is because
You're a simp.
No, I haven't. You know what? You remember when I used to spam Karina?
I know.
Like she's a god.
I was the only person who would play with Sinker when he plays Karina. Like no one wants to play with Sinker
but we
when he
would
used
win.
to play Karina.
I would carry. You know.
No, you would KS.
You know,
all right. To be fair though, Tinker used to be the only person who played Karina. This is before the buff, before the Project Next. But now more than ever, Karina is more of a it's really good jungle. Like I don't know if it's a bug, but you should try Karina jungle. If you Karina jungle.
Oh, I know Karina jungle is so good. Before when I played Karina mid, and I would take both buff, right? I hated that because going to mid wave is just so inefficient. If I just take jungle, get level 4, I could just camp and get kills. That's literally all there is. And I actually like this way more than before.
True.
Dave, I'm sending you the video on Discord.
Okay, just let me know when you send it.
Yeah. It went through now.
Okay, I see it. All right.
Yeah.
1 second.
So this is basically like this is like a pretty good example, but the enemy team wanted to report their Kufa because the Kufa
I have to download
was getting killed.
Apparently. All right, just give me like 1 second. Here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Podcast. Okay. All right. I can open it. Give me 1 second.
Adora kind of counters Fanny. I'm reading some of your chat too.
Eudora counter Fanny. Eudora one shots everything. So.
Yeah, that's why.
But then at the same time, Eudora current damage feels kind of weird. It really does, because if you.
Adora and Aurora.
The skill, the ultimate, I felt like the second part of the ultimate damage is so delayed. I don't know if Fanny can escape from that, because it hits in place, so it might not even work.
Oh, I could escape from it. From it. But the thing is, the reason why it counters it is because the second I go in, if Dora ults, I'm gonna have to run away.
All right.
And there's not gonna be a fight there. I have to run away.
1 second. So basically, we now have a footage from Tinker here.
No, the old Kufra, when I go into him, I don't get any energy back. Like I'm stuck in place. I can't even do damage. I'm just stuck in place, and I can't cable away or anything. But now it's like if Kufra gets. Like, if I'm on the backline, Kufra balls, literally it's better for me because I would just wall spam and kill everybody. Like, I don't even need a wall to wall spam.
Okay. All right. I think we got it figured out, guys. 1 second. There it is. This is the clip. All right.
It's 11 seconds long. I take jungle.
Okay. So Kufra is balling, and he's just getting infinite energy. Basically, he's saying that, but this was before Project Next, though. I think it worked the same way.
No, this was this morning.
Yeah, but what I mean is, not this clip. I'm talking about before Project Next. We had the same thing.
Oh, before Project Next, I think it was like a couple updates ago, like one update ago, right before
you can do tornado.
They fixed it. Because I remember I queued up a game, and Kufra used to be my worst nightmare. Like I hated Kufra. It was just, I hated Kufra so much. If I see a Kufra, I would not even touch him. And you have to ban him. Right now, like the people that counters him is like Kaja or something, and even then it's hard because his range is so small. Like basically, there's still a lot of Fanny counters, but they made him weaker, so it's not unbearable. Because I think it's ridiculous just to make heroes just to counter one hero. You know what I mean?
True. Okay, well, before we continue further to dive deeper into Project Next, guys, I do wanna do a big shout out to today's sponsor, who sponsored today's podcast. AssDave YouTube channel. Yes, that's right. if you have not checked out AssDave YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so. AssDave YouTube channel is it's an all-around guide channel that you can watch. Not only does it have a vlog channel featuring Dave's Mukbang, Eat with Dave, also you have a comprehensive guide that covers all topics of Mobile Legends. So if you feel lost in Mobile Legends and you need to join some kind of academy to boost yourself up, if you're looking for some cool, funny gameplay or dedicated guides for individual heroes, make sure to go to AssDave YouTube channel and hit the like, subscribe, and turn the bell on, because big shout out to AssDave YouTube channel for sponsoring today's podcast.
Just for the thrill of it, nothing counterfeit with you, just the thrill of it.